R2 the dog. I ain't even been feeling like doing this. But let's get it. Yeah. It's probably the real level up. BIP Red Dog 1.
The O is for the 16 ounces that's in the whole pound. They really out here feeling my music. Shout out the whole town. K is for the killers I know who keep the 4 pound. You give an inch, he taking a mile like it was 4th down. The L is for the ladies for sure. I mean the real ones who out here working hard for they.
What's up, world? What's up, YouTube? It's your boy R2, and we back with another banger. You know what I'm saying? So go on down there and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and then jump over there and hit that bell. So when I drop these bangers, you be one of the first ones to get your eyes on it. You know what I'm talking about? What's cracking? What's cracking? It's your boy. You know what I'm saying? We back in this thing. I know all the people who support, man. Y'all been wondering like, damn, where the videos at? Where the videos at? You know what I'm saying? But as they say, life be life, and homie, you know what I'm saying? And I can't be everywhere. I can't be everywhere at once, and I can't, you know what I'm saying, hold it down how I need to hold it down and still drop these videos, you know what I'm saying? So y'all gotta just bear with me, man, and stay down, you dig what I'm saying? But, in great news, we definitely finna get back into the content real heavy. I be doing a lot of gaming, man. I'm in the gaming. I be on the game, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I make a lot of content off my clips and different things like that. But for surely, we definitely finna get back into these episodes, man. And definitely finna get y'all back with some news that you can use. You feel me? So without further ado, let's get on into it, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to shout out everybody, man, all the people out there that support the supporters, man, the commenters, man, everybody who been staying down this whole way. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. We almost to 1,500 subscribers, you know what I'm saying? And we definitely finna get back into these stories and run this bag up, you know what I'm saying? Today is kind of a special episode, you know what I'm saying? It's the hood day, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Broadways, you know what I'm saying? The Gangsta Bloods, you know what I mean? Shout out to the homies, you know what I'm saying? Love y'all, you know what I'm saying? You know what it is. Forever and always 297, you know what I'm saying? Till I'm gone. This is my big dog, you know what I'm saying? Big Red Dog, rest in peace, you know what I'm saying? Best friend I ever had, you know, you dig what I'm saying? In plenty of my videos, I done explained our relationship, you dig what I'm saying? That's the number one to this, to this Red Dog movement, you know what I'm saying? That's where the R2 come from. So hence the R2, you feel me? So yeah, man, life is crazy, ain't it? You know what I'm saying? I want to start by saying that life is crazy, man. And this video is kind of for the youngsters, man. This is videos for the youngsters. I want to start by saying, man, don't be afraid to be a square. Don't be afraid to not be included. Don't be afraid to, get a trade. Don't be afraid to grow up. Don't be afraid to really get out here and handle your grown man like a grown man. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of this foolishness, man, that go on out here in these streets, man, is really just what I said, foolishness. You dig what I'm saying? And a lot of it, man, can be prevented. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it be like just terrible, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like no reasoning. You know what I'm saying? No, no kind of respect for human life. You dig what I'm saying? I mean, because it's a difference between, in my opinion, it's a difference between getting active and having a reason to get active. You dig what I'm saying? Handling your candle, you dig what I'm saying? It's a difference between that, and it's a difference between senseless violence. You dig what I'm saying? If you catch what I'm saying? I was always taught and I was always showed that, it don't matter who you tripping with, you know what I mean? If we catch a cat when he with his moms or he with his grandma or he with his kids, that's off limits. You know what I'm saying? And me as a man, off the rip, that's how I'm gonna operate, or that's how I always operated. You know what I'm saying? Out here in these streets, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a time and a place for everything. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a firm believer in that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like nowadays, all morale and all, rational thinking and guidelines is out the window. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, we blame the youngsters. We blame the youngsters. But what have we done to show them any different? You understand what I'm saying? And it's like the youngsters nowadays, they feel like if you ain't out here with us, if we don't, if we don't know you from being out here with us, getting your hands dirty, you know what I'm saying? Then, how can we listen to you about anything? You dig what I'm saying? And I mean, I'm not gonna say that that's the right way to think, you know what I'm saying? But it is a valid concern coming from our younger generation, you know what I'm saying? And it needs to come to a time to where we gotta stop ignoring their voice, you know what I'm saying? Because they got a voice too. You dig what I'm saying? But we also got to start showing these young cats by example, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't wish death on nobody. At this big stage in life, 36 years old, I don't feel like it's appropriate to be out here, promoting violence and promoting, continuing to further, set our people back. You dig what I'm saying? Because as a conscious black man, you got to understand that the further that we continue with the cycle, the further that we, promote the violence, but the further that we, continue with the mindset that the people that look just like us, the same color of our skin, you dig what I'm saying, is the enemy. Now just ponder on that for a second. If you look geographical around the whole United States, everywhere where there's a gang culture is blacks killing blacks. You know what I'm saying? And from a systematic standpoint, if we wanted to, go all the way back to the Willie Lynch theory, you know what I'm saying? Willie Lynch, he wrote a letter basically, you know what I'm saying, detailing how he would manipulate, any group of people, predominantly the black, race. And it's kind of, the Willie Lynch letter is kind of crazy because we watching it happen right now. I haven't looked this up, but I believe black people are the main killer of our own people. You understand what I'm saying? So when I say that we gotta kind of, try to get to these youngsters, reach these youngsters, because man, I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm a barber, okay? I work in a barber shop. And I seen this kid, right? I seen this kid came into the shop and instantly I was drawn to him because of the tattoos that he had on his face. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna put the little dude's name out there, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But that was the first thing I noticed about him. You feel what I'm saying? Because me personally, you know, I'm not a gang banger, but I'm a gang member. You understand what I'm saying? And those are the things that my mind has been trained to you know to recognize off the bat about a person. You know what I'm saying? When I first when I run into any kind of person that that's something that's gonna stick out to me is your tattoos. You dig what I'm saying? Because any member knows that when you see a cat, you gonna automatically scan them. You dig what I'm saying? It ain't like you checking them out or nothing, but it's just, especially if you've been to the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to explain it. I wouldn't call it institutionalized, but I would call it being aware of your surroundings. You understand what I'm saying? And me as a barber, I bump into a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Their doors revolving. They're swinging doors in and out, in and out, in and out. And you just never know who you're going to bump into. You might bump into somebody that you may have had a problem with in the past. You dig what I'm saying? So you got to, in the profession I'm in and the lifestyle that I have lived in the past, that's going to bleed into real life. So that's how I live my life. So anytime I'm anywhere, I'm always aware of my surroundings. And even further than that, this is a crazy world we live in, gang. You know what I'm saying? This is a crazy world we live in, man. And God forbid something happened to anybody, but in reality, things happen to people every day. You know what I'm saying? As we speak, there's something happening to somebody. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean in a good way. You dig what I'm saying? So it's always good to be aware of your surroundings. You dig what I'm saying? And that's the type of person I am. So when this kid came in the shop, I instantly noticed the tattoos on his face. You know what I'm saying? Tattoos on somebody's face, to me, instantly is gonna interest me because now I want to see what the tattoos are. You know what I'm saying? So I quickly scanned the little dude, you know what I'm saying, give him a once over, and I see the gang tattoos on his face. So I continue my cut. I continue my cut because part of me is like, mind your business. But the the supporter, the big brother in me, you know what I'm saying, to these youngsters, um, it made me want to say something. You dig what I'm saying? So I did. And I didn't come at him disrespectful, you know what I'm saying? Because these youngsters, man, they're young. I could tell he was young. I knew he couldn't have been over 20 years old. This is how young he looked. You know what I'm saying? Young people just got to look to him, and he looked young, and I was right. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't even 20. He was 18. But I chose to, holler at him like a man, though. You know what I'm saying? And I asked him, like, what's up, little bro? What's up, homie? What's your name? He told me his name. Woo, woo. I knew what he was from just by the tattoos on his face. I ain't gonna ask him all that. You know what I'm saying? But I just respectfully let him know, you know, what I did was I asked him, I said, what come with, what come with that, them tattoos, referring to the tattoos on his face. And he knew what I was talking about. And, he understood and he respected it, you know what I'm saying? And he gave me an answer, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, yeah, bro, he looked like he was like the good in him. When I asked him that question, the good in him, the soul in him, like looked to the ground and was kind of like ashamed, but that was initially, but that ashamed look turned into him putting his chin up and talking to me like a man and was like, yeah, bro, I know, bro. You know what I'm saying? It was like a damn, but I'm already too deep in. You know what I'm saying? And these tattoos was fresh because they hadn't even peeled yet. You know what I'm saying? So I went on to continue to talk to him and just, let him know, man, if you're going to be out here, always protect yourself, man. Always protect yourself and always be aware of your surroundings and carry yourself like a man, even though you've made the choice to be a gang member. You know what I'm saying? And be in a gang, be a gangbanger. You know what I'm saying? You out here active because you got these tattoos on your face. You got letters and numbers whacked out. You know what I'm saying? So that lets me know you out here living active. You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't have been more right. You know what I'm saying? And it hurts my heart, man. It hurts my heart, man, to know. And it's been some months now since he been in there, but so after I talked to him, gave him a real good speech, you know what I'm saying, hollered at him, laced his shoes up a little bit about, how cold the streets can be, you know what I'm saying, really just talking to him with his safety as a priority, you dig what I'm saying, and his well-being as a priority, you know what I'm saying, even though he's from the other side of the tracks, he chose a Crip gang and all of that. None of that matters, you know what I'm saying, because at the end of the day, you're a black man. You're a young black man. You understand what I'm saying? So every day that you get up and you wake up, you already behind one. You know what I'm saying? Because you woke up a young black male in America. You dig what I'm saying? So you already got a strike against you. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you got to move like you got a strike against you already. You're a young black male in the United States. You already got one strike against you. You know what I'm saying? So you got to move like your life has a purpose. You understand what I'm saying? It's not all about the sagging your pants and throwing your fingers up and taking these pictures with the Draco and all of that jazz. It ain't all about all that. Out there, kicking up dust, starting these dry, senseless beefs over nothing. You know, at the end of the day, this stuff be over nothing. You dig what I'm saying? And you know, that ain't got to be it for you. Was my overall message to the young man. You dig what I'm saying? And my even my coworker, which is his barber, he you know, he's hitting him with the positive, you know, letting them know the real deal. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like we, you know, in the shop, when we catch a troubled teen in the shop or a young man that's, you know, headed down the wrong direction, I feel like it's our duty to kind of lace these guys up, to pick their brain, you know what I'm saying, to give them some news that they can use, put some fat on their brain. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like it's our duty to do that. You understand what I'm saying? So I have to do that. And being where I'm from and coming through the trials and tribulations that I've come from and the things that I've overcome, I got to, you know, give it to the youngsters like it was gave to me, you know what I'm saying, by this man right here, you know what I'm saying, the best friend I ever had, raw and uncut. You dig what I'm saying? He never sugarcoat nothing with me. You dig what I'm saying? Because if you give it to them raw and uncut, they know what to expect from the world. You dig what I'm saying? So now, you know, he leaves the shop, you know, he get his haircut, going about his business. About 2 weeks later, I'm watching the news. I think I'm watching the news. I don't really normally watch the news because it's depressing, but for some odd reason today I'm watching the news, or either I was scrolling Facebook. One of the two. I'm either watching the news or scrolling Facebook. And you know they're gonna keep a jailbirds page on there for every. I don't know if they do that in y'all city, but in Oklahoma City, on the Facebook, anytime you go to jail, your face gonna pop up on that jailbirds page. You feel me? It's just what they doing. They monetizing off of it. If you really think about it, it's a genius idea because you got constant amount of content coming in because people go to jail every day. You understand what I'm saying? So that's material that you got to use every day. So they're gonna go to the website, get your mug shot and get your charges. You dig what I'm saying? So it's just something that they do out here. But anyway, I'm scrolling the book and I see the young man. And I didn't even, you know, how you got to hit see more to read the whole thing. So that way you can see the charges. And I knew what charge it was going to be for before I even hit the see more and checked it out. And lo and behold, first degree murder. First degree murder, man. Now just let that sit for a second. You understand what I'm saying? And I kind of, and it's like, dang, did I speak that on him? You understand what I'm saying? And I know I didn't. You know, if anything, I was trying to speak life into him, man. I think God, because I always speak to people, man. Whenever I catch a youngster and God put it on my brain to give it to him, I'm going to hit him with it. You dig what I'm saying? You can call it preaching. You can call it you soft. You can call it whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? But me, I'm not going to have it on my conscience out here leading the little bros. Rather, what sets you from? You my little bro. I don't give a dang. If you younger than me, you my little bro. I don't care what sets you from because I'm for the black man. You dig what I'm saying? And this ain't no racist stuff, but see, I'm for us. You dig what I'm saying? Everybody else, they got the right to be for their kind. I'm for mine. You dig what I'm saying? So, and I feel like the only way to change this crap is to game these youngsters up, man, and give it to them raw and uncut. Somebody need to be telling them. So if God put it on my mind to even look you in and get this information from a visual, I'm finna hit you with this raw and uncut. You dig what I'm saying? And that's what I done. And that's what I'm going to continue to do because yeah, I got little cousins. My little cousins is, you know, is in some trouble. You know what I'm saying? And it's so crazy. It's so crazy. Well, let me finish telling you. So boom, first degree murder. I don't know the particulars of the case. I don't know when it happened. I don't know, you know, but he's in the county jail right now facing a murder rap. Same young dude, I stopped. I felt it. I felt the energy on him. You know what I'm saying? When you out here with these distant sets on your face and all that, you got a target on your back, man. You out here with a walking target on your back because you got sets dissed on your face and all of that. At that point, you ain't got no choice but to be, you know, as active as you can be. Once you make the decision to start tatting on your face, and further than that, you whacking out sets on your face. So once you take it there, you already got to be trained to go. You dig what I'm saying? Because if not, you'll just be another pawn on the chessboard. You understand what I'm saying? So when I asked him, do you know what come with that? His immediate response, I told you, it was at first a little shame, but it was immediately right after that, which was expected from an 18-year-old. He's a kid. He's still a baby, really. He really don't even want to be out here like this, but he stuck his chin up though. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro, I know what's happening. You know what I'm saying? And from there, I just proceeded to let him know that you need to be safe out here, stay dangerous out here. You understand what I'm saying? That's the best advice I could give to a youngster that done already made his mind up that the streets is what he want out of life. You understand what I'm saying? So in my mind, I've been there, where, I feel like I'm a gangster. I'm a young gangster, and ain't nothing, nobody gonna tell me about it. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. I've been there. And, at that point, you just need to let them know, stay dangerous, man. Stay safe out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Your life is valuable out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Move with a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Don't be out here slipping. Don't be out here playing. You know what I'm saying? Because this life is dangerous and it ain't nothing to play with. So if you're going to do it to the full. You dig what I'm saying? So seeing him on that post, locked up for murder, man, it's just like, damn. I felt it on him, and I tried to, and I gave him the best advice that I could give him. And it's like, well, damn, this may sound crazy, but I would rather see him fighting a murder case than had seen him on an RIP shirt. You understand what I'm saying? And that was my whole point of telling him at that point, once I asked him, what come with this, right? What come with this lifestyle, right? And he told me, yeah, it wasn't no unsure. It was a, quick shame, but then he stuck that head up and he like, yeah, big bro, I know. You know what I'm saying? And at that point, little bro, stay dangerous, man, out here. No matter what set you from, you my little bro. I've been where you at. So how can I not relate with you? I've been where you at. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, bro, you know what I mean? And it's like, damn. So that's why I do this. That's why I tell my story, because not from a bragging standpoint or to make myself look credible or clout or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Not that. Yeah, this is to monetize and to get a bag. True enough. But this is my testimony to life. You know what I'm saying? Letting the younger generation know that that ain't got to be it for you. Because I ain't gonna lie, when my second prison term, man, I prayed to the good Lord, man, please take the drive. Please take that street shit out of my mind. Take that PCP shit out of my mind. Just rid my body of it. And he did that for me. You know what I'm saying? So for me to be out here living good, taking care of myself, good career, you know what I'm saying? Getting my money the real way, you know what I'm saying? With these hands and these two eyes, you know what I'm saying? And my mouthpiece, customer service, you know what I'm saying? When I do these videos, I articulate well. You dig what I'm saying? So for me to be able to do that, coming from where I've been to the lowest point. It's doable. So for me to be out here doing it, leading by example and not giving it to these youngsters like this or like that, when I see them and I catch a hold to them and I put them in a chokehold and give them this real shit for a second, because I can't be with you forever. But when you're in my presence, I'm giving it to you. You dig what I'm saying? Then my job is done. I've paid it forward. No, my job is not done. My job is never done. I'm always an advocate for the black man, for the black family, for the black household. You dig what I'm saying? For the black people. I'm just not with that fake, black power jargon. Because let's be honest, a white man could go kill a black man right now in the street. Everybody not gonna move. That's why it won't work. Us as a unit, you got to move as a unit. We got to change as a unit. We can't change as 3 out of 6 households on the block is riding, but the other 3, they like, nah, that's leave that. We gotta stay out of that. We can't have it like that. Everybody got to be on one accord if black people want to change and we want to make a real effect in our community. We got to get everybody on board. But before we get everybody on board, we got to have a plan that everybody can agree to. Not an overzealous plan, not an unrealistic plan, but a real doable plan where we can move forward as a unit and get our people on track. Because let's be honest, man, we about 600 years behind, and we're gonna continue to be that way if we continue to do what we've been doing, and that's killing each other over nothing. We can't even have a conversation. We rather just skip the conversation and go right to the killing part. And that's not what's gonna save our people. You dig what I'm saying? And I pray that that young man can get his mind right and get out of that situation and get back home to his family and to the people that love him. You know what I'm saying? And you know, everything that I see every day is encouragement for me to continue to keep going, for me to continue to keep getting up, for me to continue to keep going to the barbershop, even when I'm not making money, even when I didn't make no money, and I've been sitting here at this barbershop for 8 hours. But that's 8 hours that I was doing something positive, that I was working towards my goal, that I was in the place where I need to be to receive my blessings that I asked the good Lord for. You know what I'm saying? Because when I pray, I ask the Lord to bless my career, bless my barber hands, bless my skills to continue to elevate. You know what I'm saying? I'm asking God for what I want, but I got to be there in order to get the blessings that I'm praying for. You dig what I'm saying? So I get up every day and I go to that barbershop. If it ain't for 6 hours, I get up and I go. Crack of dawn, 7, 8 o'clock, I'm at the barbershop. I might leave at 3 or 4, but that's good. I sat there for 7, 8 hours. Whatever money I made in that day, that's the blessing that God put there for me to eat. That was my plate. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm not a tough guy by far, but I ain't never been a B word. You dig what I'm saying? Never. I'm always gonna be a stand-up individual, always. And even me, I know that the good Lord is real. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no reason that nobody else shouldn't have some kind of faith and believe in some kind of, talk to the big guy upstairs, because he's the one that's going to do it for you. You know what I'm saying? That nigga that you think is your friend, he can't do it for you. Or that broad that you think that she your friend, she can't do it for you. The good Lord going to do it for you. If you ask him, he going to bless you, and you got it wholeheartedly and you believe it in your heart and that's what you really want, he going to make sure that you get it, or he going to make sure you get an opportunity to get it. And you got to just be there, show up to get it, man. So life is about showing up, man. You know what I'm saying? And for these youngsters, we got to show up for them if we love them. You know what I'm saying? You look out for your kids, don't you? If it was your kid in a jam, in a situation, you want somebody to talk to him and have some compassion for him. So let's have some compassion for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Especially of our own kind. You know what I'm saying? Because there's too much hate, too much black on black hate going on. And that's crazy in 2025. You know what I'm saying? With all these cards we got stacked up against us. You know what I'm saying? The deck is stacked against us, so we got to stick together. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way we're going to be able to bear this blow that the world got for us. You dig what I'm saying? Hey, man, listen, I ain't going to take up too much of y'all time, but listen, we back in effect. Videos dropping every day. We're going to do a segment every day. You dig what I'm saying? So y'all stay down. Y'all stay with me. Stay patient. And please keep supporting, man. Throw the comments. Y'all let me know how I did on this video. Rated 1 to 10, whatever. Throw the comments down there. Positive, negative, whatever. It don't matter. It's all going to help get towards the goal. You dig what I'm saying? It's your boy R2, and I'm gone. Peace.